Humans across time have always been fascinated by a quest to live longer, a quest for immortality. Yesterday's science fiction has now become today's reality. Television, airplanes, even mobile phones, all were once considered impossible, but now they've all become part of our daily life. Now, with our growing understanding of the human body, can science finally answer this age-old question? Can humans live forever? If we look around 100 years ago, the average human lifespan was about 31. Now the world average has increased to somewhere between 70 and 80 years. Monaco, the second smallest country in the world, has the highest life expectancy at about 90 years. In just 100 years, human lifespan has more than doubled. So the logical question would be, can average human life double again in the next 100 years and reach 160 years or beyond? Some scientists think it will not be possible. They believe there is an upper age limit of about 125 years, beyond which humans cannot survive naturally. According to the evolutionary argument, our genetic code of existence, or our DNA, chooses reproduction as its best option for survival, and it's not pursuing trying to make us live longer. Also, it's argued that the human brain has a limited capacity, just like a computer, and will not be able to survive, or at least be active, even if the human body becomes capable of living for centuries. There are about 5 approaches, which individually or in combination can aid humanity to live much longer. Let's look at each of them. The first, genetic engineering. We must understand the enemy, aging. Aging as a theory is not deadly, but the alteration of cells during our younger age leads us to greater chances of damage and disease as we grow older. Currently, there are around 450,000 people over the age of 100 years, and some of them are still very active and do things which even some younger people are not able to do. Scientists now discover it's due to a gene called FOXO. The FOXO gene works like a manager of our body, helping in the repair of tissue and keeping the body active. While everybody has a FOXO gene, if you have 2 copies of a rare combination of FOXO, you have the DNA jackpot. You have triple the chances of crossing 100 years of age, and that too in a healthy state. So what if we can artificially add these rare genes to everyone? That brings us to gene therapy, the manipulating of genes inside cells. Researchers were able to increase the life of yeast by a massive 60% through gene therapy. And probably in the near future, these gene therapies can slowly inch out the life toward immortality. Second, reverse aging. Human aging chronology starts with childhood, and then we become part of the youth, and later reach the final frontier of old age. But what if this chronology can be reversed? What if humans can reverse from old age back to their youth? Meet Hydra, the tiny freshwater organism, similar to a jellyfish. It's a remarkable creature that doesn't show any signs of aging and appears to be immortal. When its old cells age and die, new ones are generated, reversing from old age back to youth. US researchers at the Salk Institute in California showed it was possible to reverse the age of mice, allowing the animal to not only look younger, but also live for 30% longer. A chemical called NAD made 2-year-old mice tissues resemble a 6-month-old mouse for just 1 week. In human years, that would be similar to cells of a 60-year-old, becoming more like those belonging to a 20-year-old. Probably in the near future, we could grab a pill and become younger. Third, transplants. A good way for us to survive longer would be exercising regularly and eating right. While some even consider dancing an important activity to stay fit and live longer. In comparison with a car, these are some activities we can do as part of regular maintenance of our bodies. But in the long run, if we want to survive for centuries, we will also require the replacement parts, just like a car. That's where a transplant comes in. Transplants have become a medical norm for many decades. However, there are very high possibility of the body rejecting the newer body parts. And there's also a shortage of body parts, as it's difficult to find a donor. But scientists believe rejection of body parts and finding a donor can soon become a thing of the past. They have successfully created artificially lab-grown body parts, like a liver and windpipe, from human tissue. In 2016, a full-sized beating human heart was created from stem cells. There's also a possibility of cloning your own self for body parts, of having a brain transplanted into a healthy body. Fourth, nanotechnology. Nanobots, a machine you can't see, a micro machine or tiny robot. So tiny that 50,000 of them would fit across the diameter of a human hair, and thus can interact on the same level as bacteria and viruses. These tiny robots will soon be able to conduct surgery and deliver drugs deep inside the human body. In 2015, researchers at the University of California used nanobots to deliver a medical load inside a live mouse without any detrimental effects to the animal. Researchers have also used nanobots to drill into cancer cells, killing them in just 60 seconds. Probably soon, nanobots will become the preferred method of cancer treatment, thus improving the cancer survival rates by manifolds. Possibilities can be endless. We can replace the nuclei of your cells with nanocomputers. That would probably do a faster, more efficient job than what nature has given us. We can also inject information and knowledge directly to our brain through these nanobots. The technology is still growing and has potential to change the medical field drastically, thereby playing an important role in increasing the human lifespan. Fifth, cryonics. The wood frogs of Alaska freeze into blocks of ice during winter. Their hearts stop beating, there's no blood flow. But 7 months later, as the spring arrives, they come out of their frozen stage and hop around. Also, in 2017, scientists managed to freeze the brain of a rabbit and recover it back to a healthy state. So possibly in some near future, will people literally return from the dead? Our quest for immortality continues. Which of these possibilities will become a reality? Only time will tell. But just to think about it, without war, crime, hatred shown toward each other, out of all the species on Earth, does humanity deserve to be immortal? And how would it feel to live for eternity and even become immortal?